The budget that they just passed will cover us from July 1st of 2013 until June the 30th of 2014. And so for that period of time, we are going to be spending $20.6 billion in the general fund. That doesn't include any federal monies that come down to help out with, say, education or Medicaid or anything like that. So in the general fund spending, we're looking at $20.6 billion in the next fiscal year.
How does that compare to previous years? Are we taking our foot off the accelerator at all?
Well, we are in the fact that we are not taking as much revenue from people. So we've heard a lot about tax reform, and so that's worked into this budget. Although there is an increase in spending. There's about a 2.5% increase in spending. That's just because people have children, they go to school, the state's growing, things are more expensive. Just normal everyday things you'll see make it more expensive. But as far as pedal to the metal like we've seen in years past, no, we're not growing like we did 10 years ago.
You mentioned revenue. Explain to us about tax reform that legislators and the governor work together on. Explain how that factors into the budget in figuring out how much money the state is going to take in.
So the budget negotiations were actually kind of put on the back burner this year because we had tax reform, and you don't know how much you can spend until you know how much you have to spend. So back in April, they filed the bill for tax reform, and the debate's been going heavy ever since. And so once they finally came to an agreement and a compromise and said, this is tax reform, this is how much we're going to cut in revenue and cut taxes, that's how much they knew how to spend.